You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of my friends around the world. It is a lovely, lovely day here in Gwinnett County. 72 degrees going up to a high of, I'm talking about high, y'all, 86. It's going to feel like a summer day today. It's already 72. It's already 72 degrees. It's going up to 86, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful day. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Today is Tuesday, May the 9th. Yes, it is. It's also Alphabet Magnet Day. You know, like the alphabet, the magnets you put on your refrigerator for the kids, for them to make words. Yeah, Alphabet Magnet Day. National Teachers Day. Shout out to all the teachers. Europe Day. Shout out to Europe. Hurry for Button Day. Hooray for Buttons Day. Okay, so somebody made that a day. Hooray for buttons. Like, really? Like, really? That's like, okay, but it's a day. That's a day. National Butterscotch Brownie Day. Never had a butterscotch brownie. Don't think I would like it, though. Shout out to all the chicks out there with the name Christina. It's your day. National Lost Sock Memorial Day. You know, don't you think your washing machine eats your socks? Because I think that's what happens sometimes. Oh, snappity snap, snap. Listen here. It's National Moscato Day. Yes. I like Moscato. Like, that is my wine of choice, Moscato. So shout out to all the Moscato lovers out there. I got a bottle. My husband got a bottle. I don't have a bottle. But it's in the refrigerator. It's like for guests, just in case we have guests. So we always have a bottle. It's not open. But maybe I have a glass of wine today because it is National Moscato Day. National Sleepover Day. National Sleepover Day. It's tear the tags off your mattress day. You know, people don't tear the tags off their mattress. That mattress stays right where it is. It sure does all the time. It stays right there for the life of the mattress. I wonder why people don't tear the tags off there. Because I'm trying to think, is the tag still on my mattress? Probably is, because I don't remember tearing it off unless my husband did it. It's Billy Joel's birthday. Happy birthday, Billy Joel. It's also Noah Centinio's birthday. And it's also Kelsey's animated birthday. Billy Joel's. Those are your national days. Let's keep this train rolling. Listen, it's Talk Business Tuesday, so you want to stick around because we're going to be talking about why you should have a newsletter. If you have a business, why you might want to think about publishing a newsletter. I know it's an extra step in the business, but that's what you got to do to be successful. So stick around after the horoscopes and the music, and we're going to come back and we're going to be talking about why you should have a newsletter and how to set it up so it's easier for you to manage. Okay? All right, cool. Right now, we're going to get on with these horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thousand for today, Tuesday, May the 9th. Yes, it is May the 9th already. I know somebody's saying, oh my God. That's right. Oh my God is correct. We're going to kick this thing off like we always do, and that is with Aries. You'll be able to break bad habits if you put your mind to it. Your intellectual wit will bring you greater popularity with your peers. You may find yourself in a heated dispute with a friend if you try to change their mind. Aries, don't try to change anybody's mind. Let people go ahead with their own thing. Now, you can offer some suggestions, not even advice. This is a suggestion, which means you can take it or leave it. Offer some suggestions, but don't try to change their minds. Especially if they are set on what they believe and think is right and fair, there's nothing you're going to be able to do to change their mind anyway. So don't waste your time and energy trying. All right? Taurus, take some time to change your house around. Extend an invitation to clients you enjoy spending time with. You are best to avoid such unsavory circumstances, especially if you're in a group situation. You are best, listen, you know the unsavory folks in that group situation. You know them because everybody know them. Stay away from them. Avoid it like the plague. Don't get involved. Don't. I've been in situations where it's funny because I remember something happened recently, and I'm expecting things to be a certain way, but apparently the people that was in that little group, some people weren't feeling too close to them, and I'm looking at them and they're looking at me like, don't say nothing, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I didn't know them, but they knew them, and they just kind of gave me that eye, like, don't you say a word, and I shut my mouth and didn't say one word, because they can give you the look, like, how people, you're in a group and somebody look at you and just shake your head like a little slight shake like for a no, and I'm looking like, Oh, okay. So let me just not say anything. So that was a head up to me. Don't say anything because there's some unsavory folks in this group, Audrey. That's what they're really saying. I was like, let me just not. Because here's the thing. I'm not out there enough to know everybody and to know everybody's background and their reputation. I'm not. Am I going to be out there more? Yeah, but right now I'm not. So people that are out there and they know, I appreciate them giving me a heads up. Like, yeah, don't say anything. So, and not that I was going to say anything bad, but, you know, you don't know who you're sitting next to. You don't know who knows who. You don't know. You may say something. There have been situations that didn't involve me, but other people were saying things in a playful way, and it got back to some folks and came back to the person. Like, it was like crazy. Like, what? But that's how stuff travels. But had that person not said anything at all, nothing could have traveled and couldn't have been blown out of proportion and turned into something that it was I'm talking about into something totally different that it was totally not. It was crazy. So I said all that to say, just don't. Gemini, you need to be around friends and family. Your lack of responsibility and attention has been a key issue in your relationship. You need to control your temper and deal with the situation rationally. All right, you got a lot of needs going on today, Gemini. You need to be around friends. You need to have control. You need to control your temper. You got a lot of needs going on. You need to spend some time and get in touch with yourself. That's what it's really saying, Gemini. You know, the person that you're in a relationship with, they're feeling some kind of way because you haven't showed any attention to them. You haven't had any responsibility for the relationship. You want to control everything. You got a bad temper. Yeah, you got a lot. So go listen. Maybe there's a family member who can give you some guidance. So your need to be around family members and friends right now is probably a good thing. Be around the ones that can give you some solid guidance. Okay? All right, Gemini. Cancer, be careful not to confuse issues when discussing the matters at hand. You are best to get out of the house today. Self-improvement could bring amazing results. All right, I don't know what your self-improvement is, but it could be physical fitness. It could be, doing your hair, getting your nails done. It could be some meditation. It could be just changing the way you eat. Whatever it is, it's gonna bring amazing results, and you're gonna like them. All right, Cancer. Leo, look into joining groups that can give you hands-on advice about business. Your creative ideas will be put to good use if you dig in and do things around the house that will make your family happy. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Yeah, that's one of them old sayings, because one of them chickens may not hatch, baby. You see 5 eggs, but you may only have 4 chickens that come out. I'm just saying. That's why they tell you don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't do that. In the meantime, look into joining groups that have that can give you hands-on experience with your business. One such group is a Chamber of Commerce. Now, let me say this. Not all chambers are created equally. Let me just start out by saying that. Do your due diligence. If you live in a town where there's only one, then you only have one choice. However, if you live in a state where there are multiples and you can get in there within 20 to 30 minutes of you, find the one that best fits the situation that you're in with your business. Find the one that looks like, you know what, I can see myself here because they're speaking to me. That's the one you want to find. I'm proud to say at Gwinnett Women's Chamber, we are different. I'm proud to say that because I've been a businesswoman for such a long time, understand the plight of women in business, especially those that are just starting out. So you want to find a group that's going to speak to you and what you're trying to accomplish. So a chamber is a great way to do that. And that being said, shameless plug for the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. Listen, if you're looking for a community to nurture you and to uplift you, and we care about the whole woman, join the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. You can do that by going to www.gwinnettwomen'schamber.com. That's www.gwinnettwomen'schamber.com. www.gwinnettwomen'schamber.com. I gotta plug the chamber. Virgo, you can evade the issue as usual by being affectionate, fun-loving, and far too active for your lover to catch on. Your ideas may be a little ahead of their time. Don't push them. Instead, just continue working on development. Make those phone calls and pay your bills. All right, look, Virgo, it's only going to be so many times you're going to be able to fool that person by being affectionate and fun-loving, right? And just being active, because the issue is not going to go away. You can evade it all you want to. It's not going to go away. And the minute you understand it and face it, you're going to be fine. But the more you kind of ignore it and do all these things to throw the person off because you're trying to evade, it's not going away. You're going to have to keep doing that. That's going to become tiresome at some point. I'm just saying, Virgo, if you want to keep playing that game with yourself and your partner, that's on you. But at some point, they're going to catch on because you're going to slip up because you're going to be fatigued. And that's when they're going to realize you've been playing me this whole time. And they're going to be pissed even more because you should have just fix the problem in the beginning. I'm just trying to give you some real talk here. I'm just saying, Virgo, do your thing, but I'm just telling you, stop trying to evade the problem. Work it out. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thies, and stay tuned. Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney bringing you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thies. I'm going to pick it up with Libra. You are best to work at home if you can. Don't give out any personal information that you don't want to spread around. You should avoid getting involved in the personal problems of your colleagues. All right, look, stay out of folks' business and keep your business to yourself. That's pretty much what it's saying today. If you don't want it out there about you, don't put it out there. Don't tell nobody. The minute you tell somebody, Libra, you run the risk of your business being spread around. In the meantime, stay out of other folks' business. Don't get involved in the personal problems of your colleagues. That's bad news. Stay out of it. Scorpio, don't expect the whole family to be overjoyed. You mustn't take on other people's responsibilities or you may find yourself irritable and exhausted. Don't overindulge in any way. Listen, stay out of folks' business. The minute you start taking on other folks' responsibilities, you're going to be irritable. Here's the thing. You did that. Scorpio, nobody asked you to, and now you're exhausted. Now you're pissed off. Don't do that. Just say, no, I'm not doing that. I can't do it. I'm tired. I'm not going to be able to do it. But do it in a nice way. You can be nice about it. You can say no in a very nice way. No is very powerful, and you can say it in a very nice way. Sagittarius, November the 22nd through November. Look, I'm actually looking at the date, right? Doing Sagittarius. I'm bugging. Sagittarius, be sure to take time for old friends or relatives you don't get to see that often. Be careful your ideas are good, but make sure that they're realistic and start off on a solid ground. You will reap the rewards for your kind actions. Amen. Amen. Listen. All of the things that you've done, it's your harvest coming, Sagittarius. You've done some great things for people. It's your time to be rewarded. So it's coming. So just sit still and be still and know that it's coming. All right? I feel like I'm doing a sermon. Capricorn, ferret out information that will hold them responsible. Entertainment should include the whole family. You should get involved with activities that can be enjoyed by both young and old. So find something for the whole family to do that can be enjoyed by you, your grandmother, the grandkids, the big kids, everybody, the whole family. Find something real nice and fun to do. That sounds like a lot of fun, Capricorn. Aquarius, travel will be favorable. You can gain knowledge from dealing with foreigners. You can elaborate on your creative ideas and get involved in groups that relate to the arts. Try to convince a good friend to take a holiday with you. For those of you who don't know, holiday means vacation. They say holiday in certain parts of the world. They say take holiday. We say take a vacation. They say take a holiday. Anyway, listen, here's what I'm going to say about that, Aquarius. Try to convince a good friend. Now, here's the thing. All good friends are not good vacation friends. Let me say that again. All good friends are not good vacation friends. And I know this because I've been on vacation with some of my friends and we just don't like the same thing. So it's really hard to have a really good time. Then I've gone on vacation with other friends that we like the same thing and we have a ball. So they're good friends. They just may not be good vacation friends because you're just different in so many ways. So if you're going to do that, you have to find friends that you can have fun with. Because otherwise it's going to be very, very uncomfortable. I've been there quite a few times and it's really uncomfortable. And they're just some of my friends I just don't want to travel with, not because I don't love them and they're not great friends. It's because we're so different till I can't relate. They can't relate to me. And it's like, oh God, this is hard. It's hard. So try to convince the good friends that's a good fit. That's all I'm saying, Aquarius. I remember one time we went to Florida, right? It was me and 3 of my friends. We went to Florida. And one of us did not want to be in the sun. We were in Florida. Florida is called the sunny state. Okay, so you got it. Yeah, and we were on the beach. We were like at Daytona Beach. So why go to Florida to the beach? And so she literally was up under like the boardwalk, hiding from the sun. And we were looking at her like, you got to be kidding me. She was a Debbie Downer for that trip. When I tell you, my mom knew everything that was going on, right? And I was like, how you know that? Because her mom worked with my mom, and she would call her mom and tell her mom everything. Then her mom would go back to work and tell my mom. And I'm like, really? Like, so my mom knew everything that would happen. So when I would talk to her, she's like, so what you did today? I heard you say. I'm like, how you know that? Because I wasn't calling telling this stuff. Do you want to make sure, Aquarius, that the friend is a fit for the trip? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Visitors may drop by unexpectedly, resulting in tension with your lover. Luck is with you. Yes. Amen to the luck, baby. Use your better judgment before you sign up for a costly venture. That too. Luck is with you, but you got to use judgment. One of my clients always say, I got to use wisdom. She said it all the time. Like when it's something that she really needs to think about, I say, look, you might want to think about that. She's like, yeah, because we got to use wisdom. So you got to use your better judgment or wisdom, if you choose to say, before you jump into a costly venture. In the meantime, luck is with you. And visitors may stop by. Clean your house up. That's all I'm going to say. Clean it. Make sure the bathroom is clean. Because when people stop by your house, the first thing they say, can I use your bathroom? Yeah, clean it. Make sure the bathroom is clean because they're going to ask you to use the bathroom. They're going to stop by unexpectedly, and that's probably why they're stopping, because they need to go to the bathroom. But that's going to piss your love off. Now, here's the thing. Who are the visitors? Why is your lover getting pissed off because these visitors are dropping by? Is it an ex? I'm just asking a question. If it's an ex, don't open the door. I don't know who that is. They got the wrong house. Don't open the door. I'm just saying. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to our topic for today. So today is Talk Business Tuesday, and I'm going to be talking about why your company should have a newsletter. Because I've been doing media and publishing for 20 years. And so, that's not true. I started out publishing a newsletter in 1997. So I've been doing it even longer than that. What's that? 26 years. So my newsletter was called Friends of Mine. That's what it was called. And it was aimed at the the plus size community. Like if you were plus size or like plus size people, you were friends of mine because I've always been plus size. So that was the name of my newsletter, Friends of Mine. But it was a print paper newsletter, and I used to love doing that. So I've been doing desktop publishing forever, y'all. It's been a long time. I've been doing this forever. What's crazy is I didn't like to do it as a business, though. I used to do it as a business, like, oh, this is too much. Fast forward to the day, everything is digital. Yes, you can have a print newsletter, and it's pretty doggone cool. Like, I have a magazine that's both print and digital, which is really nice, and it's a good calling card. So I want to share with you 5 reasons why you should publish your own newsletter. One thing I've noticed, and I used to do this before, so when the internet first got out there and I had my print newsletter, I was doing things back then I didn't even have a clue. At the beginning of time, right before everybody got involved in all this stuff, I was already doing it. So first I had a print newsletter called Friends of Mine, and then I had a digital newsletter with 3,000 people on it, which at that time I had no idea that it meant something, none at all. I used to do, like, every week I would send out an inspiration of the week. I would send out some business tips every week, y'all. Had no clue what I had in my hand and couldn't see the money, so I dropped it and deleted all 3,000 people. I want to just kick myself right now. Like, Audrey, why did you do that? I have no idea. I didn't know. I was always so far ahead of the curve till by the time the curve caught up with me, I was on to something else instead of just staying because I didn't know I should stay. Right. Anyway, but what they did was when I canceled the newsletter, when I canceled the print newsletter, nobody really paid attention because it didn't have a big distribution because it was very time consuming and labor intensive. And I had to get it out and get it into people's hands. So although it was a great thing, it wasn't like a great thing. Right. So people instantly, they forgot about it. But online, because everybody was coming online at the time, I was already online. I was online since 1994. I bought my first computer in 1994. My brother had he had an American Express. We had both went to college, but his credit was better than mine because I got a whole bunch of credit cards. He got one, American Express, and he let me. American Express used to have this book. So if you were an American Express holder, every I don't know, was it monthly or yearly, whatever it was, but they would send out this really nice glossy shopping guide that American Express people, card holders, could shop in and get like points and perks and things like that. And so one year or 1 month or whenever, they sent the catalog out, and it had a computer. It had I think it was a Dell computer in there. Had a computer, and I said to my brother, I need to buy this computer. And he said, okay. And so I put it on the American Express. So the way that was set up, you didn't have to pay it all at one time. You could pay like towards it. So I was able to get my first computer in 1994. And so when I got the computer and I started to learn about this thing called the internet, right? Oh, I went crazy. And I built this massive list of 3,000 people, and I would send them an email every week about inspiration and business and things like that. And people were on there. But here's the thing. I wasn't getting any feedback. Now, here's the problem. I don't even think they know they could have given me feedback. Now that I look back in retrospect, I wasn't getting any feedback. So after doing it for about 2 years and getting it up to about 3,700 people, I just ditched the whole thing. Like, man, this junk not working. Mind you, had I stayed the course, that was 96. I was ahead of the curve, but did not know it. But when I stopped, people started to email and goes, Audrey, what happened to the newsletter? I'm thinking, really? You guys were paying attention? Because nobody was saying anything. I didn't get an email back saying that's great, thank you. I didn't get any of that. So I just felt like people weren't paying attention. So I ditched it. The minute I ditched it, I didn't know I was building a relationship. I didn't even know that I could be advertising in the newsletter. That's the crazy part, right? I didn't even know that. So I said all that to say a newsletter is a great way to create customer relationships because people will read it and not say a word until it's gone. So what you want to do, you want to use it to build customer relationships, right? This is going to keep you in front of people, keep you visible in front of people. And here's the thing, there are so many softwares out there right now that are they have beautiful templates. You can schedule things out. So if you know that what you're saying is not timely, but it's evergreen, which means it can apply for years to come, sit down one Sunday and create like 5 months of just newsletters and just have it automatically go out. Me personally, I can't do that because everything is happening in real time. So I have to sit down and do it when it's happening in real. Well, that's not true. There are some things I can do that I can schedule out, which I probably will on my business side. On the chamber side, it's all happening in real time. So it's like, here's an update. This needs to happen. That needs to happen. It's kind of all happening in real time. So there's so many great softwares out there. Like right now, I'm using one. I started out when I first started doing my newsletter. I was using Constant Contact, right? That was even then, Constant Contact probably was new, and I could have been an ambassador for Constant Contact, but I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. But I was using Constant Contact to put my newsletter out, and I was doing that on a weekly basis, right? And then Constant Contact became too expensive for me at the time because I wasn't making any money from the newsletter. So I'm like, why do I need this thing? It's costing me money. And I think at that time they went up to something like $55. I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Because it wasn't bringing me anything. However, it was building relationships and I didn't even know it. So I blew that. But it's okay because now you can learn from my mistakes. So I used Constant Contact. Then I went over to MailChimp. And I stayed with MailChimp for a while. And then someone sent me a link about Sendinblue. And I actually like Sendinblue. And it's really relatively inexpensive. And it's a great way. Now, here's another thing. LinkedIn has a built-in newsletter platform. I have more connections and followers and contacts on LinkedIn. So it would make sense for me to do my newsletter in two places. My personal email newsletter list and my LinkedIn newsletter people. It makes sense. You know why it makes sense? Because if I start just on LinkedIn and only put my newsletter on LinkedIn and LinkedIn decides, you know what, we're going to cancel everything newsletter, well, my newsletter goes away. So that sucks, but that happens all the time, right? You put all your content, you put all your eggs in one basket, and the company decided to say, you know what, this egg stink, we don't want it anymore, and they get rid of that egg. Well, that means that you were caught up with that egg, and you lost everything with that egg. So that's why it's good to have your own personal list of people, and then you can also leverage, like a LinkedIn. Now, with your own personal group of people, you can use a newsletter builder like a MailChimp, a Sendinblue, or Constant Contact, Aweber. Oh, yeah, I used Aweber for a while. I thought Aweber was a little difficult, so I wasn't all that happy with Aweber, but a lot of people use that. They got a whole bunch of them. Just find one that fits your budget and your needs, right? It's going to help you build relationships. The next thing it's going to do is increase brand awareness. It keeps your brand in front of the people. A newsletter will help increase brand awareness because it's going to keep you in front of people. People are going to see your logo. They're going to see your colors. Then they're going to start to associate the newsletter and the brand and keep it together. You have to do this on a consistent basis. Now, me personally, I put out a newsletter once a week, sometimes twice a week, depending on who I'm talking to, right? Depending on what I'm talking about. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm putting out a newsletter daily. That's a lot of work. I already know that, but I'm working on it. And so you want to make sure that your brand colors are consistent across your platforms. People get used to seeing the newsletter. They're expecting it. You know what's interesting, right? With the Gwinnett Women's Chamber newsletter, I would have thought by now I would have had a whole bunch of unsubscribers because it's really talking about the chamber. I have not. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I was like, okay, so this is working. Okay, people want to know what we got going on. So this is actually working. So I'm going to stay in the vein of the newsletter because it's working. So, but now people are becoming very familiar with a brand new brand. The Gwinnett Women's Chamber is a brand new brand that I'm building. Now, it's not mine because it's a nonprofit. I started it, but it belongs to the people of Gwinnett Women's Chamber. But when I get ready to go, the brand is built. Now people are familiar with it, and the next person that take the seat can take what I've done and either keep doing it or improve on it and keep it moving. So yeah, it increases brand awareness. All right, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after this song to bring you more of, why your company needs a newsletter and why that's important. So stay tuned. I'll be right back in a few minutes.
Just give it up. I'm not your girl and I never will be. Don't call me up. Don't waste your time, 'cause I'll be your enemy. If you want love, look somewhere else. Here you'll find nothing. Just give it up. I'm not your girl, 'cause I only love me. Don't get me wrong. You and I could have fun together when I feel done with having fun on my own. It's better.
It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you, today is Talk Business Tuesday. I was about to say giving you the rundown. I'm not giving you I'm giving you the business rundown. That's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the business rundown. All right, so I was talking about why you should have a company newsletter. So one of the other good reasons to have a company newsletter is to drive traffic to your website. Now, that's one. So when I joined the Greater East Side Chamber back in 2000, and I think it was 18 or 19. But the reason I joined was because one of the things they said was that we could advertise in the newsletter as a part of our membership. And I'm thinking, well, heck, that's amazing. And the newsletter came out every Monday, right? And I thought that alone was worth the cost of me joining, just to be able to put my flyer, my business in the newsletter, and the newsletter was going to go out automatically every Monday, no matter what. So that made sense to me because that was going to drive traffic that I didn't have to go out and get back to my website. It's a great way to drive traffic back to your website. It's also a great way to remind people that you have a website, right? You can say things like, hey, just made some updates, check out the new site, got this going on, check out the new milestone. It's a great way to push traffic and push your company news out. The other thing is great for is providing value-added content. Now, in my newsletter right now, it's mostly stuff that's going on with the chamber. It's not a whole lot of value that I provide except for join us because we're networking. So that is some value, but there are newsletters out there that is just amazing, which is one of the ones I want to actually start. That's a marketing newsletter that's just talking about nothing but marketing. And so I'm seriously thinking about what that looks like. And I've been thinking about it for a minute now. But that's a great way to show people, you know what, here's some tips, some advice. Here's some articles. I wrote this article about this particular topic, especially if you're trying to entice people to work with you, right? If you bring them value via your newsletter and they start to really pay attention to what you're saying, can you imagine exactly what they would think about you in person? If they love what you're giving them free, imagine how they would feel about you when it's time to pay you. And you probably won't have so much pushback because now people have had a taste of what you can provide. They know you're free-hearted. They know you're giving. They know you know your stuff because you're putting it in this newsletter on a regular basis. So now they feel like, I know her and trust her. Let me work with her. So it provide good content to people to make them want to take a look at your product or your service. And you can do that very easily in a newsletter. Very easily. With that being said, if you do that the correct way, you could actually boost sales. Like you can get people to start to buy in, but you don't want to use your newsletter as a selling tool per se, but you want to give them the opportunity to buy from you somewhere in the newsletter, probably towards the bottom. So if you know that you are writing an article about health, right, healthy living or whatever, but you got this new water bottle coming out that's going to purify the water as it comes into your mouth, and you talk about health and wellness. How about at the bottom of the ad, at the bottom of the article, you put a little picture about this news bot, you put a little picture about this water bottle, and they can click it and they can go buy it. Now, here's the other thing you can do with that to add a stream of income to your bottom line is if you put out great information and you have an affiliate program from something, and an affiliate program means that somebody else did a product or service that you like, and then you want to resell that product or service and get a commission on that. All you have to do is become an affiliate to that program or product. Take the link to your affiliate page, put it inside the newsletter, hyperlink it inside the newsletter. So when people read the newsletter, they can click on the hyperlink and go to that product. They're going to buy the product because you use it or you recommended it. When they buy the product, the creator of the product give them a product and then send you your money for giving that commission, that referral. So it's a lot of ways and that's pretty much adding another line, another revenue stream to your bottom line without you having to do anything except for your newsletter. Your whole newsletter could be based on nothing but affiliates. That's it. Like you could go and review tons of products and your whole entire newsletter is just based on that. Like I told my daughter loves to shop and she loves to shop at this store called Shein, right? And I said to her, does Shein have an affiliate program? Because she literally could start a fashion newsletter just on Shein. She could her whole newsletter, and all she got to do is take a cute picture or something she got on, talk about what it is, talk about how it fit, put a link back to the product in her newsletter, and then when people click on it, she would get a commission. But I don't know if Shein has an affiliate program. So there's so many ways to do the Amazon. Listen, I get money from Amazon every month. It's amazing. And I was like, I need to up my game with Amazon because I'm missing money. I'm leaving money on the table with Amazon. Because Amazon, you could put links and become an associate with Amazon, put it in your podcast, place. You can put it in your video description, your podcast description, your newsletter, your website, all kinds of stuff. Your blog post. It's ways out there to do that. So if you have a newsletter, all of these things can take place. You can promote your newsletter. You can promote your new product. You can promote your event that's coming up. Those are all paid things. You can promote your webinar. You can promote your podcast. All of those things are revenues. All of those things are brand awareness exercises. So it's so much you can do with a newsletter. I know it's an extra step, but here's the thing. If you don't have time to take the extra step, you might want to hire somebody just to focus on your newsletter. And that's all they do. I need this newsletter to go out every week. You can get a VA for that, really. And I'm thinking about maybe doing the same thing. I need this newsletter to go out every week at this time of the day on this day. Or I'm trying to do a daily newsletter, which is a lot of work, but I'm really thinking hard about doing that. But I need to be consistent. So I have to literally come up with, 365 topics that I could talk about in a newsletter and put it out every day. And I'm really, and that's going to go, to my list and to my LinkedIn. So, but it's a great way for me to keep the brand out there. So my brand is Noise Media Network. I'm known as the chief noise maker. I need to be making noise, and I'm that's the way to do it. So I hope this helped you think about why you should have a company newsletter. I've given you some resources that you can use to start your newsletter very easily with MailChimp, Constant Contact, and they're not paying me. They should be. Constant Contact and Sendinblue. These are all great resources for you to actually to use to get your newsletter out there. So a newsletter can be fun too, right? You can be very creative. Like so many things. It's so many things you can do right now. Like you can put a comic strip in your newsletter. Did you know that? Like you can let AI create a comic strip for you. Put it in the news. I had a client needed a comic strip for her travel, right? Now AI didn't do this. I created a comic strip, but I created the comic strip inside of Canva, and she paid me for it, and she loved it. You can put out a funny comic strip about your business every single day just to get people involved. There's so many things you can do. It's unbelievable. And if you have a small list, if it's funny, they'll share your list with somebody else, and you can put a call to action. Say, listen, if you like this newsletter, share it with a friend and grow your newsletter. The opportunities are endless, just endless. All right, that's all I got for you. I'm going to go to my last song of the day. Then I'm going to come back and give you my words of inspiration for the day. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
So casually keep diving into concrete. So bittersweet, keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me?
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration for the day. And here goes. It says, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. Let me say it again, y'all. Let me say it again. Lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. Oprah Winfrey said that, and she was right. I consider myself blessed because I feel like I have people, not a lot, but I have a few people that would definitely take the bus with me. And some of them, they'll take the bus. They don't even care about the limo. They'll take the bus with me anyway. So I feel like I'm completely blessed that I do have those people. And you want those people in your life. There's somebody who recently entered into my life, and she's been telling me since she came into my life, I'm willing to take the bus with you, sister. And she's so adamant and so passionate about that. It's a little scary because nobody steps up all the time to do that, right? And I'm so used to trying to run everything by myself mostly till it become, even when I say I need to hire help. And I realized this morning, one of the reasons I don't have help is because I have trust issues. So this was a realization just this morning. Like I realized I have trust issues. And so that's why I don't have a lot of help, because I have trust issues. And so now I realize that I have to fix that. But this person has raised her hand to ride with me. And here's the thing, she don't need me. She's doing amazingly well, right? She doesn't need me at all. She's doing great. But what she said is, I see your vision and I'm willing to ride with you, and I'm willing to get on the bus with you if the limo breaks down. And I got about 3 friends like that. And I love them all dearly, and I appreciate them very much. They're always willing to not only jump in the limo with me so we can do luxury, but they will grit it out on the bus. They will, and they have. Some of them have been in the trenches with me for so many ventures. It's unbelievable, and I appreciate and love them for that, So you want that person that, yes, we're shooting for the limo, but guess what? If we get a flat tire, we may need to get on this bus. You want that person. And when you find them people to be in your life, count yourself blessed, baby, because they are far and few in between. Yes, they are. So all I got for you today, could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 45 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you missed any episodes of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, be sure to connect with me on Instagram and Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. And go on over to LinkedIn and connect with me there too. Over there, I'm on the Noise Media Network though. So Noise Media Network is my company. Good Morning Gwinnett is a division of Noise Media Network, as well as all the other things that I do, like Thrive Magazine and all this good stuff. So go on over, connect with me on LinkedIn on the Noise Media Network, or I'm the Chief Noise Maker over there, Audrey Bell Kearney. Listen, I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. If you like this episode, be sure to subscribe to the show and share it with your friends. And if you really like this episode, there's a link in the description that says buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate that. So thank you for that as well. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And if you're in Georgia, we got a beautiful day, baby. Get outside and get grounded, get some sunshine. I'll be back. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.